Man, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for this. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, I've seen the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot, and I know that like the reviews are off the chart. People love this movie. And you know what? I want to start off by saying so did I. I actually really did like this movie. I thought it was cool as all hell. The art style was cool. The characters are cool. And honestly, I've been thinking, and the soundtrack, like not even just the music. The music is really cool, but also like, I don't know how to describe it, but all the sounds that they used in the movie were also really, really cool and like mysterious, and they just added to the feeling and the emotion that this movie brought out. And I know I like the movie because I've been thinking about the movie like well after I saw it. I mean, I know that like I'm kind of late on this video, but I mean that's kind of a testament, right? Because I've still been thinking about the movie even though it's been a while since I watched it. But it was super cool. But my hot take is this. Well, I guess it's not necessarily a hot take. I just feel like and sorry if this video is kind of scrambled. This is off the cuff. But I feel as though I got cheated a little bit on the story. Again, going back to those Rotten Tomatoes reviews, I like clicked on some of them, I glanced at some of them, and I also want to say like, I please don't judge me too hard, okay? I might have to watch this movie again. I only watched it once, and I know there's stuff that I missed, but like I was saying, on the Rotten Tomatoes reviews that I would look at, a lot of them that really praised the movie said, "Wow, this movie is fantastic." From like the digital art, the visual art, the sound. I think some of them mentioned the soundtrack, like it was on another level. And I do agree. That's very true. Like this movie, it was so cool, just like stylistically and how they would change like the background to like emphasize like the character. I loved it. I loved looking at it. And I'm not somebody who really cares. Like I'm not huge on like visuals, like, oh my God, typically. But for this movie, I was. But like I said, I just feel like I got cheated a little bit on story. Like and again, I did miss some things, I will admit. But I feel like it started off pretty like kind of hooked me, and there was a story going on there. However, I just remember feeling during some fight sequences that like they were going on really long, and they were cool to look at. Yes, but I remember feeling like, okay, like what's gonna happen, right? And I just feel like we didn't get as much as we could have gotten on the story end, and then it made me extra salty when at the very end of the movie, I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, but come on, you got to know this. At the very end of the movie, they show you like, hey, here's the next movie coming out. So they kind of did a promo for the next movie, and that just didn't leave a good, like, that didn't feel right because I just felt like I got cheated on the story of this movie. So I kind of feel like they held back on this movie, and then they kind of reassured that, like, they confirmed that when they promoted the next movie. So I feel like they held back for this movie so they can save it for the next movie, and that didn't feel right. So again, I'm not saying I don't like the movie because I did like the movie. Like I said, I've been thinking about the movie, ever since I watched it. It was so cool, and it was such a fun watch. I'd imagine like watching this in 3D or an IMAX or on some sort of like giant OLED screen has to be super crazy. It was fun. It was funny. Love the art style. Love the music and the sound, like just the soundtrack, I guess you could say. Super well done. Like next level. Like just totally like it was fun. I'm somebody who hates superhero movies typically when they're light on story and just like pure action. But just the pure action and visuals I enjoyed on this. So it kind of made me feel like, man, maybe this is what people like. Like maybe this is what people see when they see other like superhero movies. Like, yeah, the story's not all that great, but it's still fun to watch just because it's so cool to see everything. I typically don't feel that, but with this, I kind of did. But I can just imagine, like, I just feel like imagine if the story was like, and I'm not saying the story was bad. Like I definitely was engaged for most of it, but I just feel like they didn't. I feel like they watered it down a lot. And I might be crazy, like I'm saying. I know Rotten Tomatoes, the scores are crazy, like 98% or something like that. I just think that I just want to like picture, like imagine if they went all out on the story. And again, I'm going off of memory, but I feel like the first movie was a lot more of a traditional film in the sense that it had a fully fleshed out story. At least it felt like it. Whereas this new one, it felt like we got lots and lots of really good, sweet tasting eye candy. And then we got then they did a little promo for the next movie. That's just how I felt about it. I could be wrong. If you don't if you kind of get where I'm coming from, please let me know, because again, I only watched the movie once and I know I missed some stuff. But at least confirm there was definitely way more screen time dedicated to fighting, right? Right? I'm not wrong in that. Well, yeah. I just feel like if they really did water this movie down to save some for the next one, I just can't help but think what if they just put the entire story into this one and just even if they had to make it a little longer, I know people don't really care about long movies now. A lot of movies are super long, but imagine if they made this super crazy epic film, what could have been. I mean, and what do they care, right? Because this movie's already doing super, super well. People loved it as it is, and people do consider it's a super epic, awesome, flippin' cool movie. But I just can't help but to wonder, just because I felt a little cheated on the story. So I guess that's my hot take. Hey, that last Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it cheated me a little on the story. Those are just my general thoughts. If you totally disagree, let me know why in the comment section down below. Or if you can see kind of where I'm coming from, let me know. There was a lot of fighting, right? Lots of fighting. And I know it's a superhero movie. We're gonna have fight scenes. I just feel like it was way longer than the way more time dedicated to that than the first film, which was also a superhero Spider-Man movie with the same character, right? Miles Morales. So that's that. Just want to get my thoughts out there. Yeah, let me know what you think. If you like the video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Wait, let me do one of these. Whoosh.